Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 55 of the Coffee Club podcast here in Boulder / actually Longmont again today. It's another week of us on our comeback train. We started running again. We had a long run. I don't know. Was it a long run today?
Can you count that as a long run?
I felt like a bloody long run. We're back to doing
I felt shit, yeah.
Post long run podcast. Dangerous territory.
Yeah.
Had to lie down for a little bit after that.
Yeah. So we have a very special guest on today, Emma Bates.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Very lucky to have Emma on. She's a good friend of the show. Very cool gal. Brief teammate of mine. How many months were we?
How brief
are we
very
talking
brief.
about?
Like 2 months or something?
2 months. We'll give it 2 months, but those were a good 2 months, and
Wow, 2 months.
yeah.
He was my favorite teammate for 2 months.
Actually?
And then he left.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's going to be so pissed when they hear that. I don't know if I would have
Team
said
boss
that.
listen to this.
Did they
out
listen?
loud.
Yeah,
This?
team
I
boss
don't-
listen to this.
Yeah.
religiously.
Well, if they don't listen to it, we'll send them that clip specifically.
We'll clip it and send it to
Just
him.
that sound bite.
Yeah.
Am I the first girl but beyond your team that's been on?
No.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
Be on the team.
Oh, be on the team,
Actually,
yes.
Yeah.
We've
Yes.
had all the girls in our team.
Yeah, I think it's just that. We haven't had any others.
We've been trying to get Kate Grace on.
Yeah, I think
She's
we'll
not-
hopefully have her on at some point, but
Dang.
yeah, we're pretty. We
It's
don't.
huge.
We're
we don't-
opening
feel
up.
honored,
We're,
yeah.
we're bridging out towards better.
Better what? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? It's not that we don't want female guests. It's that we don't know females.
We're too scared to ask.
We don't talk to girls.
We're too scared to ask, all right? Like, asking a girl to come on the podcast, very nerve-wracking. So,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you guys can't like do locker room talk or anything like that now. Well,
Yeah.
I guess you can.
No, we still
I'm
do it
totally
anyway,
fine.
I think, yeah.
I'll,
Locker room
I'll
talk.
partake if you want. But also, am I the
we'll get
oldest
cancelled.
like participant?
How old are you? Like 23?
Yeah, that's very sweet.
Alright.
Good
Good
answer.
answer.
Honestly, you're not.
no,
Okay,
you're not.
okay.
So-
Woo, that's
Oh
good.
no, you're definitely not.
So will people listening to your podcast know who I am or know anything?
Yes.
Well,
Yes, they
I'm
will.
sure they will, but if they don't, do you want to give them the intro?
What,
What's your elevator pitch?
oh gosh. I went to Boise State, so a lot of your followers probably know Boise State. It's
Big
not
deal.
NAU or Wisconsin that you guys are used to talking about, but not a bad school, good program. Won nationals in 2014. That really aged me. Shit.
That was my
Bit of a flex there.
That was my freshman year. I remember that.
Yeah,
It's a big deal. Yeah.
You
Terre
saw
Haute.
me,
I saw it in person.
really, and you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Big time. Wow.
My teammate came second, I think.
Wait.
Sarah
Sarah
DeSanza.
DeSanza.
Hip Hop Sarah.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, so.
Wait, she beat me at cross country. So I got third in cross country. She got
Oh,
second.
I thought you won in cross country.
No, I did
Oh,
not.
that was Kate Avery.
That was Kate Avery.
You won the
Yep.
10,000.
I won the 10,000 meters on the track, which
Good
is
to know.
insane because I hate the track. I will never step foot on the track again. I'm a road runner now, a certified marathoner, if you will.
I'd put money on that you'll probably run another track
I was
race.
going to
Yeah, I
say,
guess
you
I
did run a
should.
track race last season.
Yeah, and I hated
You
every
probably
minute
will.
of it.
Yeah, you'll probably run another one again. It's just training for the real stuff, you know?
Yeah. But I commend all of you track runners for going out and doing it because it's a different kind of hurt, that's for sure. So
Yeah, it's not fun.
It's not fun, but I was going
No.
to say, is a marathon, I guess we'll get into that later on,
Yeah.
but marathons, track running, I'm sure people have
They're different.
opinions on how different they are.
yeah.
They're
But
different. But yeah, so you went to Boise State,
Mm-hmm.
NCAA champ, and then who did you sign with out of college?
I signed with Adidas, the Boston Athletic Association.
Yeah.
So went out to Boston for a couple years. Hated that. Didn't hate Boston per se, but just running in Boston is not very fun. It's very cold out there. And like I'm from Minnesota, and like you guys went to Wisconsin, you know how cold it is. But northeastern weather is just it's its own beast.
this is shit.
Yeah.
It just sucks.
I don't know who
The wind?
decides to live there.
Isn't it crazy that Boston's like a low-key running mecca, but actually just like not?
Absolute
Yeah.
running maker somehow. I guess the pros there, I feel like spend very little.
Time in Boston,
That's
Maybe
true.
none,
100%
maybe
agree
none in
with
the
that.
winter.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly Flagstaff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were always leaving. I went to Flagstaff, Mammoth Lakes, Albuquerque.
It's like, what's the point of paying rent in Boston, which is really expensive?
Yeah,
You're paying rent in Boston, super expensive, and then you go and travel around and never actually get your money's value.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's probably nice to not live there.
Definitely very
I would
nice.
say.
Yeah. So then I took a complete step away from professional running. So I worked like 50 to 60 hour weeks in Boise, Idaho. I moved back to Boise and was working at Whole Foods and nannying and still running for fun, but wasn't like competitive. And then I like was offered this opportunity to go to Doha, Qatar, and do a half marathon, and ended up running like really, really well, and made the half marathon team for the World Half Marathon Championships that year. And then the rest is history. I just like started running more and more, and then did my first marathon in 2018 and won the USA Championships and got a sponsorship by ASICS. And
Hell
so I'm
yeah.
still with ASICS ever
Hell
since. Yeah.
I know you train with Team Boss in Boulder, obviously with Joe Bossard, who he's proven himself pretty well as a marathon coach.
Yeah, he was super stoked after, you know, my second marathon with him, training under him, and he's like, I think I got this now.
Yeah.
And like after, you know, coaching Scott Fauble to a great finish at Boston, he was like, all right, I think he's like gaining more and more confidence in himself as a coach, and especially among like all of the events that we do, because we do anything from the 800 to the marathon, and so it's really nice to have him and just like know that he's still growing as a coach, but we're still growing as athletes at the same rate, kind of thing. So it's been fun.
You were his first marathon athlete?
So he had Laura Thweet.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes. So he coached her at the Olympic trials
Okay.
to
But-
a 5th place finish. Yeah.
Yeah, Joe just like loves to like geek out on that type of stuff. Like, I guess you could say this about literally every event, is like there's a scientific aspect to it or whatever, but I feel like especially the marathon these days with the training is so, I don't know. Well, you're a pretty chill person, but the training for the marathon, you can be pretty like technical in terms of like the things that you got to do with it. And I think that's where like someone like Joe Boss would like.
He loves stats. He loves numbers. He loves all the science behind it. But I like could care less. It was just funny because I graduated with my degree in exercise physiology, and so that's all I did, you know, for 5 years, was just study running and movement and all of like the science behind it. And now I'm just like, do not talk to me about that stuff. I just want to go run and not think, and just tell me what to do.
That's so
I
funny.
like that mindset, because I'm 100% the same.
Yes.
Do not like to
I
think
felt
about
like
numbers
that
or anything
with
like that.
people doing exercise physiology or like kinesio, or any of those ones that were like, and also runners, like
It's just too much.
running all day and then studying running the rest of the day. It's just like,
It's all consuming.
there's
Yeah.
a lot of running talk.
I feel like that with this podcast. I feel like this podcast is very effective in terms of, this is like an hour out of the week where obviously I'm going to talk about running a lot. And then most other hours of the week, I'm like, dude, I did not want to hear anything about running.
No.
So-
exactly.
I definitely get where you come from. I would not have guessed that you did that just based on how chill you are with all that stuff. But luckily you got Joe to take care of that. And pretty cool right now, you and Fobbs, who, coincidence, we've had like we've had two, yesterday and today are the first times we've kind of like had a bigger group running where we've like driven out, and both times we've run into him, and he's come and run with us.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he's just been running out there solo, and we're like, oh, come along. But
I know.
We didn't even say anything now. We just got this.
Oh,
yeah.
perfect.
Come on.
He just comes
Say,
in.
come here.
Come here. Come here.
I always try to get him to run with us, but I think we're too slow.
He did.
so-
He did mention that,
Yeah.
but he didn't say you were
actually-
too slow. He didn't say you were
Oh.
too slow, but he said that you and Dom.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that like I've been trying to be running with them, but he reckons that I think he thinks that Dom's just too quick.
Yeah.
I think he was saying something like
Which
that.
is
He's like, yeah, I
true.
want to chill out, because he seems like he's in peak marathon form, where he's just like just cruising along,
Just getting the miles.
getting the
in.
miles in. Yeah.
Yep, getting the miles in. He
But-
gets pretty wrecked after like our certain sessions too, like long runs and
Really?
everything. Like watching him walk is pretty funny.
Yeah, you can tell he's logged some miles in those legs.
Yes.
He's
He's doing the most he's ever done, so I
Okay.
think that
Well, that
helps, yeah.
definitely contributes to it.
Yes.
that checks out. But yeah, it's really cool because you guys are on the same build up, both getting ready for New York, which obviously that's one of the big ones in the US, and every year, like, it's crazy when you look at the, like, cause races for us, you know, you see like the press release and you see the names, and there'll be like, I don't know, 3 to 5 names on a race, and you're like, wow, that's cool. The New York one is like, it's like 2 pages long. And it's
It's so long.
It's a little daunting.
it's just never
honestly.
ending. So it's like, wow, they, I mean, obviously they do an amazing job. They have put so much money into it. And for the athletes, like, we've run Fifth Ave, which is obviously a much smaller scale, but done by the same New York road runners. And they just like look after you so well, and they're just such pros at it. So very cool to be able to do that. Is this your first New York?
First New York, second world major marathon. So I've only done Chicago.
That's
Wow.
actually crazy.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
But I went last year to spectate for the first time. I was like Laura's person, basically her bitch. So I just like did
Someone's gotta do
whatever
it.
she needed me to, get her coffee and like, you know, basically just like make sure she was okay before the race, because you try not to like think too much. Like when you're running a marathon, like you have all this time built up, like, you know, 12 weeks of really intense training, and you come down to the day or the weekend of the race, and it's just like so much pressure because you can only do like 1 or 2 a year. And so you just want everybody in your corner at that point and like all the support that you can get. So I was so happy to be there for her and like kind of know like what I need throughout that process for New York this year. So hopefully I have a bunch of Team Boss teammates that are going to be there. And then
a bunch
Joe,
of-
of
Who's going to be
course.
the bitch?
Yeah.
Who's the bitch?
I know,
mean, you went
I
through
know.
that whole process, and now I'm thinking, okay, who's going to be Emma's bitch?
I haven't decided yet. I don't know
Okay.
if anybody's
Are
volunteered.
there any
as tribute, but,
head like, you know, who's leading the charge of like, okay, I could pick them as the.
um,
Do you have anybody?
There's tryouts.
Tryouts, yeah.
yeah, I
So
feel
like a
like
top
What would that
3, and
look
you got to
like?
pick one.
I feel like Kate has been really good about just making sure that Scott and I are like well prepared for every workout that we've done. So she may take the reins on that. We'll
Okay,
see.
okay.
But
Well,
we
you
may
guys are
have to
lucky.
sub somebody in for her. So she's definitely going to be there. But we're going to have to, maybe do some tryouts to make
Tryouts.
sure that
All right.
they're ready.
Can you? We'll have to find out how those tryouts go and let people
Yeah,
know.
you guys are just spoiled for choice, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I like you guys are so supportive, especially like around races. I would choose Nick Harris to be my bitch, but I don't know if is he gonna be in New York? Do you know?
He should be. Yeah.
Uh,
So he's like officially our assistant coach now.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
really?
I would put
Yeah.
him in there.
He's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, that makes
Nick
sense.
Nick Harris, I mean, everybody knows Nick Harris is amazing, but
Yeah.
we can say it again. He is amazing. So he'd be
Confirmed.
fantastic.
He is amazing.
Good presence as well.
Definitely good presence.
So just a little teaser. We will possibly be at New York.
Yep.
We don't have much more
We
to
don't-
say about that right
We
now.
we can't confirm nor deny, but
Okay.
there's
But-
potential.
What would
So-
you guys be doing there?
Can't confirm or
Can't
deny.
confirm
all
or
right,
deny.
all right. No
This is very
questions.
classified
All right.
top
No,
secret.
we're running. We're debuting.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah. we're actually going to be the
Dathan
pacer.
would love that.
We're going to be
yeah.
the pacer for the
We're
women's
debuting.
marathon.
Billy
Okay.
made it through 12 miles today, but
Oh
I
my
reckon in
God.
5 weeks, probably get through a
Ah.
marathon.
You can get there. Yeah,
we'll
definitely.
be okay. But so hopefully we can be there. 'cause
Yeah, we're hoping we can.
I would say just based on looking at Instagram from last year, I remember it seemed like probably the biggest weekend in American distance running, just in terms of the presence of the brands and just everyone being there. So that would be very cool to go to. So hopefully we're out there.
Fingers
but,
crossed.
Yeah. Do you think your experience being there last year is going to help you? Like,
Yeah,
easier?
just like again, being Laura's bitch, I was able to gain access to so many different places, like the tech meeting, and like I was able to like go with her to the bus like beforehand and all these things. So I just can see how it works like officially, and so I just know kind of like in my mind like how it's gonna run through. It makes me a little more nervous now that I know like kind of what goes into it and everything, but I have never been this confident in my training, so like going into it I'm just super excited. And are you tired? Do you
Gus
need some
wants,
coffee?
so Emma brought some muffins. They're in the middle of the table. Gus is on the end of the table. He's eyeing them down.
He is really struggling. I think I've never seen him tortured as much as this, and
Dude, he does not look cute from this view.
I think he looks
He's
adorable.
always
Look at those
cute.
muscles.
But if
He
only
looks so
Morgan and
jacked.
George would eat their muffins.
yeah, I
But-
think
Okay, so are we going to get into this?
Yeah,
I
we're
guess
gonna
we
get
are. George and I, not big fans of pumpkin flavored foods, and they're
Guess
pumpkin
what I
muffins.
brought?
Of course, it's fall, so it makes sense. It's like
Yeah.
you were trying to do it, and
I
it's like
mean, yeah, I'm a basic bitch, so I love pumpkin everything.
Are you a
Also-
Starbucks
Oktoberfest.
pumpkin
No,
latte?
no. Well, actually, it's funny. During my Chicago Marathon, I had a friend that told me that he would have a pumpkin spice latte for me at mile 25, just to like entice me to like go faster and everything.
Right.
And what I see him at mile 25, it doesn't have the freaking.
that's
pumpkin
actually
spice
really
Oh.
bad by
What a
you.
letdown!
I know.
After all that,
seriously.
after
I
all
probably
those
would have
miles,
stopped.
Yeah.
I would have stopped. I think I would have
I
said
was
something.
furious.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you
No, I
kept
yelled at
going.
him. I was like, "Where's my pumpkin spice latte, bitch?" And still haven't gotten it to this day.
That's
so
pretty. I'm sure there's other people around him would have been like, "Wow, that was really mean."
Yeah, why'd you do that to her?
everybody's like, "What, is she yelling at you?" Like,
yeah,
as she's
why is she
racing?
yelling at you? Yeah, it's like, what'd you do?
She's like in second place at the Chicago Marathon.
But yeah, George, do you have a reason why you don't like it? Because I have a reason why I don't like it.
I like pumpkin, savory pumpkin though. I just think in actually just the entire rest of the world, pumpkin is like it's a vegetable.
It's a vegetable, exactly.
Why the fuck you putting
Wait, are you sure it's a vegetable? Because it has pumpkin seeds. Isn't that fruit thing?
That's a great point. It's a root vegetable, no?
I think it's.
Is it?
No, it grows on the ground.
I'm not saying I know what it is.
It's
I'm just saying it has seeds.
It's a squash. A squash is a vegetable, I think. It's a type of squash.
Wait, if it's not a root vegetable, then what is a root vegetable?
Root. It's got to be in the ground.
Oh, so like
Carrots.
potatoes.
Carrots, potatoes.
Yeah, but see, they don't have
No.
seeds. Pumpkin has seeds.
I don't think that doesn't make it a vegetable. Though.
So you think it's a fruit?
I don't know. No, I'm not saying that.
What's going on here?
All I'm saying is I like the muffins.
But we eat pumpkin.
And I like savory
Somebody
and I like
likes
sweet
them.
muffins.
We eat pumpkins like we eat potatoes.
Yeah, see,
And
I
usually
don't
shit.
mind
like
though. I
roast,
can eat...
roast pumpkin. Roast
Jesus
potatoes.
Christ, guys! Pumpkin's a fruit. I just looked it
Oh,
up.
what?
That changes it. That changes everything.
Wow,
It's
Ollie
a
Hall
fruit?
coming out with the win there.
Well,
I
you
just
did
brought
not. You
fruit
did not say
muffins.
yes.
No,
you thought it was a
100%
fruit.
I
You
did.
should have doubled
No,
down.
you
I
did
doubled
not.
down.
You were very
I doubled down right
unconfident.
now. Right
When I
now.
asked you,
Right now,
when I
double
asked you, is that a fruit? You got very.
Well, I didn't want to. I'm
Reserved.
always wrong with these things, so I was like, oh, if I'm confirmed this and I don't know, then I'll definitely be wrong. But I should have doubled down.
That changes
Anyway,
everything.
that-
Wait,
I like
I'm-
savory and sweet.
Cucumbers are
I'm
a fruit.
questioning everything. What I know now. Just seeds on the inside
Because
must mean.
corn is a fruit also, right?
No.
No, it's
What?
not really.
No
Yeah.
way.
Okay, now you're wigging me out. I don't know.
It's got the juice.
That's outrageous. What you just said. If corn
Corn's a
is a fruit, then
How the hell is pumpkin? Okay,
I'm just
but
gonna
fruit
stop
I don't
eating
know if I should
food.
double
Fruit
down.
still shouldn't go in
Emma,
coffee.
the panel is off. We're all freaking out. Morgan's on his phone.
oh my god, it is classified by botanists as a fruit. But what do
You
they
knew
know?
that too, didn't you?
But what do they know?
I don't know. I
knew
didn't
that- you knew
double
that-
down.
no,
No, I
you-
wasn't. I
you
wasn't
definitely knew
positive.
that.
I've heard
Sometimes
it
a vegetable,
somewhere.
sometimes a grain. It's actually a fruit.
It's the
So
best.
All right, you heard it here first, guys. Pumpkin is a fruit. Corn somehow is a fruit. And George doesn't like, and Morgan don't like pumpkin.
Okay,
flavored
what do you
muffins.
think of pumpkin spice fucking lattes?
I don't drink them. I've never had a pumpkin spice latte. I just know it's associated with a certain crowd.
what are you trying to say about that crowd?
It's so associated with Caucasian women.
That was
Am I
unnecessary.
incorrect?
That's a fair assessment.
However, I do like pumpkin flavored things, and I also like savory pumpkin.
Yeah.
So I don't have this negative.
See, I don't
Action
even. The thing
towards
with
sweet
me
pumpkin.
is I don't even like savory pumpkin, and then
I can't even fathom when you would eat savory pumpkin.
so
You can
back
roast
home,
it.
yeah, we have like roast
We roast
veggies, and you'd
Okay.
have potatoes
It's an
and sweet
American
potatoes
thing.
and pumpkin, and it's like
Yeah.
pretty normal. And I always push the pumpkin to the side, and I don't even like sweet potato,
Okay,
and it's
yeah.
kind of more close
Those
to
are
sweet
sweet,
potato.
yeah.
We have like most roasts. I think like British colonial, like most roasts have pumpkin in it with potatoes and
Oh,
stuff.
interesting.
And, yeah,
Sunday roast.
Sunday roast.
Some
Oh.
culture for you. You didn't think you were gonna get that lesson
No,
on the
I
show,
know.
did you?
And your followers, listeners here.
For them as well.
Learning
Yeah.
so
Crazy.
much today.
Just growth.
But yeah, see, I don't
How did we
understand.
get onto that?
I don't understand why a pumpkin spice latte is even like. It's just like there's nothing pumpkin about it. It's just
just
sugar,
sugar, yeah.
cinnamon, nutmeg.
Well, that's the thing.
Right.
Pumpkin spice actually has no pumpkin in it. Yeah.
But why is it called
That's
pumpkin
true.
spice?
Because
Because
Colour?
I think it's the spices they use
Cinnamon
just marketing.
and
to put in
allspice.
pumpkin pie.
It's just marketing.
I'm fucking confused.
It's
okay?
the same-
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
it's
literally
pumpkin
just
pie
like-
flavored. Well, no.
I'm trying to process that corn's a fucking fruit right now because Emma just told me that and I'm freaking out.
Nothing makes sense. When I was flipping through my phone there, it said cucumber is a fruit as well.
It
if we
has
wanna get
seeds.
into
I
that.
think that one I
See?
believe
Yeah,
more
I've
because
heard
it's
that.
like kind
It
of
has
crunchy.
seeds. It's like tomato.
Yeah.
Tomato has seeds.
There's just too many fruits out there.
Tomato.
Everything's
Is
a fruit.
tomato?
Tomato.
Is tomato a fruit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tomato's a fruit.
Mm.
A tomato.
Tomato.
This changes everything.
Okay, so we got off track, but
What was
just
the
to-
track?
the track was that you two don't like sweet pumpkin flavored things like these muffins.
Confirmed.
I had a muffin. It was very delicious. Thank you for bringing them in. It's great with the
Yes.
coffee. Gus is definitely going to have a muffin at some point, but he needs to be on a diet.
He does.
Going on that Gus update, we took him for a walk yesterday, and Morgan and I found something quite fun to do. Morgan, do you want to tell
What, the
story?
skateboard?
Yeah.
Well, I think Jenna's already been doing that because
But
Jenna
I've
takes him
never
out
seen-
rollerblading.
I've never seen him do it.
Well,
Like-
I took him skateboarding a while ago, but I haven't skateboarded in super long because of my ankle, and so I was just like taking it out for the walk. And then if you have the combination of being on the skateboard and you have Gus on a leash, he'll just take off running.
Yeah.
And he'll just pull you along at like 100 miles
It's
an
not
hour.
slow. That's what I was
It's
like
so
surprised
good.
about because when
That's
Jenna was sending me videos when I was in St. Moritz of like Gus and her on the rollerblades, and it looked like quick but like kind of in control. There was no control with you and
I
Gus.
was
You were
scared for
literally
my
trying
life.
to stay on the board, and Gus was just fanging it down the park across from our house,
He loved
and it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I just thought, wow, he's actually a bulldog.
I didn't know he could run.
He can run.
He can
So
sprint.
fast.
He heard you. Look, he just turned around.
Who, me?
No, he can sprint. He's a power athlete. He can't run very far, but he can cover a short distance very
Yeah,
quickly.
but-
It's very
But
impressive.
Gus-
bulldogs are really good at skateboarding, right?
He doesn't.
Not this one.
Yeah, he doesn't
Okay.
like the skateboards. He bites them.
Oh.
Yeah, he thinks
The
that
wheels.
he thinks they're his enemy. Anyway, Gus update. Morgan's gonna get towed along on his skateboard during off season.
Probably going to hurt myself.
Probably
again.
gonna do the ankle again. But we'll find out.
Kaylin, don't tell Ritz that
Kaylin,
Morgan's been skateboarding.
Please don't tell Ritz. This is confidential information.
Yeah,
She can keep that to herself.
yeah.
Should we get back to New York?
Let's get back to New York.
New York.
I didn't know they had credentials for team.
Were you her
matches.
coach?
Yeah. How did you
I
get into
think-
these special areas?
I think if you are somebody that's good at the marathon and potentially run their marathon one day, they treat you very well.
So you did the classic line of, do you know who I am?
Yeah, basically.
That it wasn't a credential. It was just that line.
It was just that line.
It was just showing her marathon PB.
So
You
take
are the
second at a
credential.
world major, and you it opens up
Thanks,
some
Anna.
doors for you.
New York Roadrunners are good at that stuff.
They really are. They treat everybody very well. So I am super excited just to be there because it's like a huge celebration. Like, I mean, World Champs was really fun, but a world major is beyond, especially in a place like New York. Like the environment and just everybody that comes out, the whole city is just like a big celebration, big party.
Next level.
Yeah.
You're going to run in Sydney one day. Did you see
Yeah.
that they're going to maybe make that a...
Yeah.
Is that confirmed?
That is being is pending.
I think
right
there's
now.
3 up for
Yeah.
that applied for it.
Okay.
Sydney's one of them.
And then South Africa also, I
I
think.
think it was Cape Town,
Yep, Cape Town.
Sydney, and
Are they just trying to go like Southern Hemisphere or something?
I think they're trying to go
Yeah,
south.
they need more spring marathons. So
Oh, that would make sense.
I can't remember the third.
what was the third one?
Okay.
I think Sydney would get it though. I think
Based on what?
based
Intuition.
on intuition. No,
I agree with
purely
that.
based off the fact that Brisbane 32 Olympics
Yeah,
could create more hype around kind of that running
that's true.
vibe.
I think that's the same why they wanted one in Africa, like in Cape Town.
Oh yeah,
There's so many
true.
of the top marathoners in the world,
True.
African, but there's no major
They
marathon.
do. Well, they've been
Right.
pushing for a while. We know that for track purposes. That even Kenya's been trying to push for a world championship hosting. They want to get an African country to host
I mean,
a major.
they try to push that stuff to Africa and Asia so much, but there's always just like
There's always these
issues.
problems. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not easy.
Structural problems and setting up.
Yeah.
Like it's just it's a lot harder than I think people give credit to set up a lot of those things. But Sydney would be good. Would you do it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I want to do
Confirmed.
every world major if I can. Yeah.
Is that the goal?
Yeah. I mean, like the goal is always to place well and run fast times, but
Yeah.
I love being in running because it takes you to really cool places, and I've never been to Australia before, so that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Very cool.
We'll send in Coffee Club. We'll send in our push it for Sydney. But
Yeah, we'll do what we can. We got a pretty big sway with that type of stuff, I think. So we'll put in a good word. But looking at this New York build-up, are you able to reveal any top secret information about your training?
Top secret.
Yeah, or not top secret information, just regular information would,
Yeah.
would be good as well.
I mean, everything's on Strava, so if you like care to know like times and what my workouts are, you can just go on there.
Yeah.
I don't post like my splits because I just like to post fun facts on my Strava. I don't know if you guys have checked out my Strava, but if you want to learn a thing
I
or
need
two,
to.
you get like facts like corns of fruit. I didn't have that on there, but I'm gonna put that on there now.
I'll be on this afternoon's double.
Yeah, yep, that'll be my Strava fact of the day.
confuse so many people as well.
Yeah, why is she talking about that?
What is she talking about?
But no, it's very basic training. We do 10-day cycles, so we do 2 workouts and a long run every cycle. And so 2 days of recovery in between, which I had never done that until I started training with Joe, which I think it's the most amazing thing. Like having 2 days of recovery, being able to tackle the workouts and the long run every single time has been a game changer for me. So we'll do like 20 to 24 mile long run, and then 2 days later we'll do like probably something speedier, so 400s or 800s, something like that, at like 5-minute pace. I don't really have to do anything faster than 5-minute pace because my marathon pace is like 5:20 5:20 to 5:30. So
That's
there's
cool.
no real point in going that fast. It's more just to work on the biomechanics and kind of flush out like all like the long run junk. And then the other workout is like a 4x2 miles or something like a little bit longer, like more threshold.
Yeah, kind of like what you would expect, like just like the more pure marathon sessions, apart from long runs, obviously.
Exactly. And we used to do fartleks all the time, but Joe changed it to more structure because I think I was running too fast. So
Interesting.
You were just crushing it too much.
yeah, I'm just too good at running. So
Can't relate.
Can't relate.
Damn.
but yeah, that's like the basic gist of it. We do 2 lifts a cycle also. 10-day cycle.
Do you guys use like lactic or any data type stuff when you do your marathon workouts or your long runs?
We'll do one. So like the week before the marathon, Joe will do lactic testing. So we'll do a run on the treadmill and he'll just make sure that we're good. And that's basically it. Because like we're, Scott and I are just like, you know, long distance engines, and so he doesn't really need that kind of data in order to like make sure we're doing what we need to do. It's more just, you know, kind of feeling it out. That's like the best thing about marathon training is just like going off a feel all the time. You don't have to like tackle it all the time. Like I am training at 80% always, basically.
80%.
Yeah, I never go to 100%. Yeah.
Maybe we should be marathons.
Yeah, that sounds way better.
See, but this is the
I'm
thing,
training
I love going
110%.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm training
I hate
110%.
that, so.
Most of the time.
I love
This
going 100%.
morning I got pretty close to 100%.
Yeah, that was shocking this morning. That was one of the worst runs I've done.
What did you guys do? What was
Literally, I ran
Just the
13
most
miles today at like
just the
7
most
minute
normal.
pace, and it was just shocking. It was so bad because I mean, we're all coming back from like long seasons and long travels and stuff like that. So we've been trying to like detach from running for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed, and I know Morgan and George have also noticed, that like once you start to run again, and then we met with like a big group today with our teammates, I just felt terrible. Like I just did not feel like I could. I felt like that. Yeah.
We've just been running like 5 to 7 miles, like a little bit 8, and then we just jumped up to like 12. And the last 4 miles were really hard.
Yeah, they were really shocking.
So
Like I didn't know how
Yeah.
to deal with it personally.
I would say we're in like the
Usually I can
opposite
deal with it.
of a sweet spot,
Yeah,
which I don't know what the word for that is, but
a sour spot.
we're in a
Sour
we're in the perfect sour spot where we are running enough that it's hard, but we're not like looking after our bodies. Like we're not like going to sleep and like doing like the routine type stuff. So it's just like every single run is just like, man, this sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Ollie is pretty sturdy, pretty durable, pretty tough. Myself, for example, I'm real sensitive. So I like when I'm training hard, I'm like, I need my routine and all that type of stuff. And I just don't have a routine right now. So every run is just
it's a mess.
just
We're having
fall
a good
apart.
time.
Just
I
fall
went-
apart.
Yeah,
I went,
yeah,
I went
you
to
need
Red
that
Rocks
time.
last night. That's my excuse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we went to a concert. So
Yeah, what concert was it?
Camp. And
Yeah.
someone opened for them.
Okay.
Future
Were
birthday
they-
name.
were
It's
they
really
good? Future
It
Birth?
rained,
Yeah.
but it was kind of fun.
I was gonna say with the rain. So do they not cancel it, but do they just delay the show, or do they
No,
just play
they-
through the rain?
They're not getting rained on.
the stage is covered.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, say what the guy was super hipster. What did he say about the rain when he was talking to the crowd?
He called it moon water.
Oh my
something.
God.
Moon water. I
Yeah,
dare.
it was
water.
good.
It's just
What
a
a
little
line.
moon water.
What,
Gotta get that on a shirt.
How different of a... Well, did you do any changes for a New York course compared to a Chicago course? Way hillier, right?
Yes, like
Might
Chicago's
expect.
pancake flat,
Yeah.
and it's got this little hill at the end, but like it's nothing. I call it Mount Chicago because it's at mile 26.0,
Yeah, it
and
makes it hard.
it's really hard. Yeah, but no, New York is notorious for being very hilly. Like I think the fastest time on that course like 2:22 for women, 2:06 for men possibly. So it's tough. So we had to change like our long run route to be more hills. But honestly, like living in Boulder, it's hilly everywhere we go.
Yeah.
So we'll do a lot of reps like out on like Monarch Road. So like one way is uphill, one way is downhill, because like you also have to train your body to run downhill too. That's tough, especially in the marathon.
That's
like
my
your quads
specialty.
take a beating. Yeah.
Morgan loves it. Morgan, every run we
Everyone
do.
fucking hates me. If we do
Yeah.
a long run, I'll just sprint down the downhill. I'll just drop everyone.
You need a downhill
He just
track.
lets it go. He
Yeah.
just rips it down.
Yeah.
Do you think, compared to Chicago, like for New York, it's going to be a completely different setting? Are you excited for that? Different type of challenge?
Yes.
In the marathon?
I've never ran a marathon besides the trials. were in Atlanta, which were really hilly, but other than that, I haven't ran a hilly marathon before.
Okay.
So I just like the challenge of, like seeing what my body can do. And I want to run as fast as I can, but it's all about place. And so I'm ranked like 10th right now. So being in the top 5 would be something really, really cool. But I know it's going to be really hard because these women are much, much faster than me right now. So just trying to stick in there and race instead of like thinking about all the times and everything. So that's exciting. It's just like kind of more like cross country mode, honestly, of just like trying to cover moves and just being out there with a bunch of people and just like going off a feel kind of thing.
There's no pacemakers, right? Like in
No.
Chicago, there's paces, but New York and Boston.
Yeah, there shouldn't be.
So it really is just like a race. Oh my gosh.
Gus
These
is really.
muffins
He went.
are
I
driving
mean,
him crazy.
Should we give him some?
are they dog friendly?
I mean,
The only issue is if you give him one, he's gonna want all of them.
Should I just drop him down?
if you give him a
Maybe
cookie.
just give him a little taste. I don't know. What's the
Let's
worst
see how
that
this
could happen?
goes. It's already, we're almost at like whatever the worst is.
Sit. You're gonna sit for
Gus,
George.
sit.
Sit down, bottom on the ground.
Gentle.
Gentle.
What a good boy. Wow, he struggled. with
Wow,
that.
he struggled to eat that.
He wasn't sure how he felt about that.
His tongue is massive as well. That's a bit
Do you
like
think he
that.
likes the pumpkin spice flavor?
I think he likes it.
I think Gus is pretty basic.
Yeah,
He's totally basic.
he loves it.
Okay,
Oh, he
yeah.
does. He looks
Now he's
happy
happy. Now he's
Yeah.
happy. He's happy.
That's him happy.
Yeah.
That's actually
Can't you
him.
tell?
Totally.
Can't you tell?
Coffee Club CEO getting
Oh my
his
God.
little treat.
He worked hard for that.
He did, yeah.
He spent like half an hour sitting there, so he's good. And now he's gonna lick it all off the table. But yeah, back to running stuff, I guess. So, based on everything you're saying, that gets me very excited. Sorry to watch because just the type of athlete you are a competitor. I would say, like
I'm not a time trialist.
no, you just want to like race against good people, and then the times will come. And that's kind of, would you say that's kind of how Eugene played out for you as well?
Yeah, Eugene was odd because the top women went out at like, 2:16 pace, which is insane for a world championships. And then I decided with Sarah and Kira that we were going to run together. So I've never gone out in a marathon faster than 72:30. And I went out at 70.
Jeez.
So that was like, I knew it didn't feel right as I was doing it, but I was like, I'm running next to my US teammates and I'm helping them out. I need to stick in this for them. And so I knew that that wasn't the race I really needed to run to do my best or have my best performance that day, but it was worth it just to help out, with the US teammates.
Yeah, and yet you finished 7th and ran a PB. So
Yeah.
Obviously,
despite what you just said, it went pretty well.
it went well,
man.
but
It was
obviously
okay, yeah.
wanted more. But
Right.
you can't walk away with the PB and 7th place finish from Worlds and say ran like shit. It was very, very impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, I PR'd by like a minute there, so
Yeah.
I can't be too upset. But
What was it like as like a world championship kind of setting with USA? Like, because in USA, there's all USA fans there. You're competing like a very international situation for a marathon. How different is that from like a major?
So different. For Eugene, there was a lot of people, and especially compared to what the men had the day before. So the men's marathon ran on Sunday, and just watching like how many spectators were out there, I was like, oh, this is kind of sad. Like, this isn't going to be very exciting.
Damn, called out.
And then Monday came around, and like, on a Monday, like having a marathon, like who's going to come out? But people showed out, and I was shocked with the amount of people that were out there. And it was really cool for this course in particular. There was this huge stretch, like maybe 3 or 4 miles, where people could bike and run next to us. So like half the road was split, so people were able to like follow along, which was the coolest thing. So that made up for the lack of like kind of oomph that a world major has with all of the spectators and everything. And but it also like is such a weird environment just because I'm so used to being around, the world majors where there's people that are running there that aren't elites. And so I love the atmosphere of like having people that are there just to, finish a marathon or just to have fun or to PR, themselves, but, maybe further back and don't get paid. And so that's just so inspirational to me to see people that are out there just, they don't even have to be, they just want to be. So I like that atmosphere rather than the world championship atmosphere where like there's 40 of us on the start line and everybody's so nervous. And like I am the type of person that needs to chat and laugh and like kind of be really relaxed during or before a marathon, and everybody was just so intense that I like became intense, and then it was just like, oh god, I don't want to be here anymore.
It's getting too intense.
Yeah, so once the gun went off, it was fine, but standing on that starting line for so long was like a lifetime.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense to me that like that was the one that was massive. No offense to the men, but if you just look at specifically American marathoning on the women's side, just the amount of high profile athletes, and specifically it was so cool that race had, you know, yourself, Kira Tomato, and Sarah Hall in there.
Sarah Hall.
And like obviously before I was meant to have Molly. Like these are just like, if you're thinking about just generally American like distance running right now, like these are just like some of the individuals that you think about. So you guys would all have your own massive fan bases. And so it makes sense that like that's what got the crowd going. And I think having the three of you running together, just the way it played out, I couldn't imagine it have been any more perfect, to be honest. I guess you guys could have gone 1, 2, 3.
Right.
I mean, that would be
that next time.
That would be 1, 2, 3
I would-
USA.
That's a perfect day.
That's a perfect day.
Yeah.
I would
But
consider that next time.
I think yeah. So try and do
We'll
that.
try next time.
Morgan's saying just do it next time, so then you can have a perfect day.
But yeah, I mean, you guys all were top 10, right?
Yeah, so 5, 7, and 8, and you would have sworn that we won. You would have sworn we went 1, 2, 3. Like somebody put
was so good.
like a U.S. flag around us, and we were like taking all these photos. I'm just like, this is silly. Like we only took 5, 7, and 8, but I didn't realize how historical that was. Like for 3 of the U.S. women to be in the top 10, that's never happened before at a World Champs or Olympics, and so that was really special. Like I don't think that's gonna happen for a while. And
Hey, could happen next year.
hopefully, I
Budapest.
mean, you hope
Good.
it happens everywhere. But I think it was really important for marathoners to be competing at the U.S. World Championships in the U.S. Like having on U.S. soil is something different. Like normally, World Championships for marathoners aren't as
No, it's hit and
sought
miss,
after
pretty hit and miss.
because we don't get paid.
Yeah.
So like we go to world majors because like we get appearance fees, and you don't get that for the World Championships.
Yeah,
which
if you're only doing 1 or 2 a year and this is your job,
Yeah.
you got to make the financial decision often.
right.
So
Definitely.
So a lot of people don't realize like the sacrifice that we had to make.
Particularly
to
with
be on the
marathon
team, yeah.
compared to like track races, right? So like my event, 1500 meters, you can run a lot of those. Marathons, you cannot.
well, also
Exactly.
the World Champs is the pinnacle of 1500 meter running, where you would argue in marathoning, it's probably winning one of the world majors.
Yeah.
Where do you think the
What about the
where do you-
Olympics?
where does
The
the
Olympics
Olympics
is the
stack up?
The Olympics
So
is the
that's the
pinnacle
thing
still.
too, is world majors are more than the Olympics too as well, because there's only 3 athletes per country that are running at the Olympics, whereas a world major you can have 10 Kenyans, 10 Ethiopians, you can have all these people in this race together. So if you win a world major, it's in the marathon scene is much more of a feat.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it makes
That's
sense.
interesting because
does.
it makes sense. It's just you think because people probably view marathon rate like running at the Olympics like such a high point, but then you forget about those majors and how big they are in their own right. So like as somebody that comes from a track and field background, you just don't. You got to learn
Exactly.
things about that by different events. So it's really interesting. Cause,
It's cool because like we basically have an Olympics like every
Yeah.
season.
I was gonna say like like the biggest races in the world. It happens every year. So
Well, that's
I mean,
like it's
competition is
definitely
high.
Yeah.
it's definitely a really really good thing. Like we always allude to like the ways to fix the sport, and we always do talk about how the Olympics strangles the sport in some ways. And if you compare it to say cycling, which is much more similar to what you're describing in the marathon, it's just so much better. Like it's cool to have the Olympics once every 4 years, but yeah, why would you not have it happen 5 times a year if you can? Because if you think about NFL, they have it happen every fucking Sunday.
Yeah. Exactly.
So why
And it's
would
massive.
why would you not
Yeah,
take that if you
yeah.
can? Or the F1, they have it happen 20 times a year. Why would you not take that as an athlete if you could? So
Because it works for both the athlete and the people that are running it. So
Whoever
Yeah.
created the major circuit is a genius, actually.
I guess
it's just
so-
like
I guess so
golf and
confused.
tennis
Yeah.
majors, 4 majors a year. Yes,
Yeah.
in marathons it's 6, but
Yeah. Yeah.
like making that actually the pinnacle of the sport.
It is a cool thing.
it's a cool thing.
Do they still
Very
have
cool.
the someone wins the title every year?
There is, right?
You can get $500K if you win the.
It's a lot of
Well,
money.
what's a lot of cheddar?
It's just like it's weird that isn't more emphasized, I would say, because that's huge.
Yeah, it's astronomical.
But I guess do you just have to like win 2 of them? Is that how it works to win that?
It's typically how it works. It's like a spring and then a fall. Yeah, if like you win both those or get second in both of those, it's typically the winners. Yeah.
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 All right.
Gus is getting dangerously close to the muffins again. We know what he wants. He's the muffin man.
Gus the muffin man.
Yeah. So I don't even know like where we are in our discussion right now, but we're kind of working backwards through it, which has been pretty cool. So obviously Eugene was huge, and then we did reference Chicago a year ago now, which was, I don't know if you would call that your breakout race, but
That's
that
what I was about to
performance
ask.
was
Yeah, I
like,
think on the
pretty
outside it was a breakout race, but for me that was just like what I expected. You know? I have been waiting for like, you know, a result that made it seem like, you know, I've been around, but like nobody really noticed until that performance basically. So I think my best performance was probably when I took 4th at Chicago in 2019. That was like my breakout in my mind, of just being up there, and like that was a world record race also. It was 1 in 2:14.
Yeah.
So that was insane. So just to
Gus just got dropped. Ollie was trying to elegantly take Gus off the high chair and he got dropped.
He weighs 65 pounds. I can't help it. I was disrupting.
No, he's okay.
Okay.
He's okay.
He literally went on his back
He did a little
like
somersault.
a little beetle.
like a turtle. He couldn't move. I apologize. Sorry, guys.
Oh man. He's good.
You didn't even notice.
No. He's resilient. Wait, what was I saying?
You were talking about 2019.
Oh yeah, so like this
breakout.
last Chicago was really exciting because it was like, I don't know, a stage where I could actually like show like what I've been working on like the past 5 years. So
Yeah, that's gonna
Yeah.
feel pretty
And
good.
you're also like just talking to people, apparently, talking to the crowd while coming second.
The way to do it.
Yeah.
So
We were watching it in our old house, and I remember looking like Emma looks really comfortable right now. Look like you're just having it, like just enjoying the experience, soaking it in. Whereas like I feel like in a marathon, usually the last few miles, you're really just like, oh, the finish line better come up soon.
I really do have a lot of fun. Like I would rather run 26.2 miles than run a mile like you guys do. Like I don't understand.
That's a crazy thing to say.
Yeah, that's outrageous.
that is outrageous.
That's a hashtag
I love
hot take.
it. I love it so much.
Yeah, but so we should mention this is Chicago Marathon week right now. It's on Sunday of this week. So every time we try to preview a marathon, we have to do the disclaimer that we know nothing about
We know
the
nothing.
marathon.
We literally know nothing.
We just found out Chicago was this weekend
Yeah.
yesterday.
We don't know anything.
When Forward told us.
Yeah, usually don't like take anything we say like literally, because a lot of stuff we say probably is wrong.
Yeah.
But it's nice now that we have somebody that actually knows.
Yeah. So
It's not that we don't care.
No, we do
Yeah.
care. We just
Yeah.
don't know because we're inept,
we're ignorant.
ignorant.
Yeah.
That's a good word for it.
So perhaps you can give us a bit of a rundown on this year, but before that, the one thing that is interesting to us, because it's very close, is it's going to be Conor Mance's marathon debut, and he's been talking a lot about how he wants to run 2:08, I think, or
No,
maybe break
206.
2:06.
You want to run 2:06?
I think 206. Yeah.
I think
Wow.
he's backtracked a little bit.
Oh really?
It was
Oh,
sub
interesting.
207, and I think he's come back a little bit to sub 208 now.
Okay.
Is he trying to do the fastest US debut ever?
Yeah,
Or-
which Leonard Career has the fastest.
We were talking about that this morning.
So
207
yeah,
20, 207 30.
27 low. So
I think it's on the lower side.
I was wondering
that's
if he was
ridiculous.
going to go after the 207 flat or under just
That makes
to
sense.
have that. I mean, he was talking about how he thought that he needed to run 450 pace, but he didn't like do the math until like just recently, and like now he realized he only has to run 253, and he's like, or I mean 453,
yeah.
and he's like, oh, that's so doable. Like,
Yeah, what's the
I can
difference?
definitely
That was
run
pretty
453. Like what?
I just
That's
read that
3
as well.
seconds difference.
That means nothing
But-
to me.
Yeah. See, to me, I don't like 3 seconds.
I mean, it definitely adds up,
three
of
times
course,
26 though.
No, it does
It's
add
a whole-
up.
it's
When
over
I'm
a
thinking
minute.
about it in my stupid brain of not running a marathon, I think 3 seconds.
It
Yeah.
does
It-
add up,
yeah,
but
it
it's
adds up
like-
a lot.
I
But
don't
he's
know.
like, oh, I can't do 450, but I can do 453. So,
So that probably gives him much more confidence that he
Yeah.
can pull it off.
which I think is 206 or under 207.
You're asking the wrong people.
453?
What's this for?
453 pace.
Oh, I'm
The under
I'm
two-
not
yeah.
good with math. But like, do you think? Because he trains in Utah.
Yeah. Provo?
Provo.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I don't know who he trains with or like.
Oh, he trains with the
Ed Eyestone is
yeah.
the coach.
Okay.
So like Jared Ward and Clayton, Young,
Okay, so all
They
the
got a
BYU
group.
boys.
Benny, maybe.
I mean, I'm pretty sure their cross country team just trains like marathoners anyway.
Yeah.
He's just doing the same.
He's just
thing
doing the same training he did in college.
He's been doing.
It's so impressive to me that he can run as fast as he can. Like the half marathon, for instance, like he looks like he's working from mile 1.
Yeah.
Like so hard. Like
Well, he
the
even
way
has a
that he
fast
runs.
1500 meter time.
He's run 3:37.
Yeah, insane.
Right? Is it
Yeah, he's
3:37?
amazing.
Yeah.
So like that makes sense for me, but like over a half marathon or marathon to be like, I don't know, just grinding away like that.
The
like,
energy that takes out of
energy,
you.
yes,
Because you want to be
but-
quite conservative with the energy. So.
But
I
Sarah
imagine-
Hall is the same way. Like Sarah looks like she's sprinting. Like she has sprinter hands from like the first, couple steps.
So is Helen. Though.
Yeah, Helen,
Yeah,
Helen, our teammate, like her hand is right here. She could uppercut somebody if she's running like this. So like maybe it just
watch
works
out.
for some people.
Yeah.
Maybe I should try that out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should check it out.
I've been trying to look good, but it hasn't been working thus far.
Yeah, throw that out the
You
window.
gotta try something different sometimes.
Would
I
you
guess,
rather look
to get
good or
outside the
win?
box.
What would you rather
Yeah.
Look good or win?
You know, I actually don't know the answer to that question. Now that you ask it, I gotta think about that
How
one.
shallow are you if you want to look good
How
or if
much
you want to
pride
win?
do I
Like,
have? But yeah, so I don't know. Should we say? Do you guys think he'll do the fastest U.S. marathon debut ever?
I think he's definitely capable.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did, but I also wouldn't be surprised if he didn't because like we don't really know. Right?
That's a
It's his
terrible.
first
That's
one.
a real cop out answer.
That's an answer from someone who doesn't know what he's
Yeah.
talking about. I think because
I've heard you have strong opinions on a lot of stuff that you
Okay.
don't know a lot about.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. I don't think he's gonna do it.
Okay.
Purely off the fact that if he didn't know that 4:53 was the pace he had to hit, he didn't know that initially. I don't think he's gonna do it because I think if you were gonna be super like focused on that kind of goal, you'd already know that. And if you didn't know that already, then maybe he's just trying to figure things out. And there's nothing wrong with that. But my opinion is from that he might not run it, but he might get close.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I've never run a marathon, but I'm interested to see how he goes. I'm very excited to see how because going through college, everybody's been saying, "Oh, he's going to be an amazing marathon runner," and now it's going to happen this weekend. So everybody's, I'm sure, very excited.
I think he's got amazing potential in the marathon.
Oh yeah,
100%.
yeah.
But the first time out is a crapshoot. Like
believe that.
if you're going after a really fast time, like you're either gonna do it or you're gonna blow up real hard. And my goal for my first marathon, at least, was to just enjoy it enough to want to do another one. So like you don't want to have a really bad first experience or one where you like totally bonk because you're not gonna want to get out there again.
It doesn't
So-
look like he's ever enjoying it.
No, yeah, he always
Yeah.
looks like he's having a hard time.
He thrives in the pain.
Yeah,
Very
think-
masochistic. That
I think
one.
he wants to put himself in a lot of pain. But I think, and Forward was just saying this, but I feel like Chicago weather could just determine that plus or minus like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
If it's like
Do we know the
55
It
weather?
looks
for
degrees,
perfect.
really,
It does.
It looks like 40 at the start and then
Oh.
55 maybe at the
Yeah,
end.
that's
so
ideal.
that
like,
sounds
That's
ideal.
ideal.
it is nice.
So if you get like a 70-degree day in Chicago, you can just throw
Yeah, with the
all your
humidity.
fitness out the window.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
That was
You're
miserable last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
it's
like
just not going to happen.
75 at the start, I think 80 by the finish, and
that's so
85%.
hot. That is very
humidity.
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, did you say if you think he's going to do it, George?
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, I was going to say
so I'm the
yes
negative
as well.
Nancy.
We're going to have someone on the other side.
I'm not saying. I think I'm actually not trying to say bash him and say that he couldn't do it. I just think I don't think.
I mean,
he'll get it the first
it's an
time.
incredible feat to go for.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
bashing saying you don't think he'll do it because it's
I'm just interested because I
like that he's calling a shot though.
No, I mean you gotta. I think that's why you hype it up, right? You want people to pay attention, and people will pay attention to something like that.
it makes it so much more interesting to follow.
Yeah.
Like it gives just a lot more context and a storyline to his
No
personal
context.
race. Shout out to No Context Track. So moving on from Conor Mantz, our lovely Conor Mantz. Any other predictions for the race or anything? Because we literally know
takes?
nothing.
Well, Emily Sisson is in the women's race,
Okay.
and rumor has it that she's going to try to break the American record.
Which is 19.
219 something or other.
Okay.
I'm terrible.
somewhere around
Hey,
there.
I knew it had a 19 in
Yeah,
it. So
yeah.
That's
you're
impressive.
right.
She got to do it. Yeah.
I think she definitely can.
Wait, it's dodgy now a little bit.
I know.
She definitely
She
made
has-
it.
you can definitely maybe
Yeah.
sort of potentially maybe.
On
I
a good day.
she definitely has the capability, but she hasn't ran a marathon since the trials in 2020, and that was only her second marathon, which she dropped out of.
So the track record.
That's a few
is
question marks.
hurting a little
Yeah.
bit,
But-
right.
But looking at her form in the 10K at the trials last year, 2 years ago, I don't know when that was.
The Olympic
was
trials?
insane.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
She's another person that can just like grind it out. Like her on the roads is dangerous, and especially on a flat road, I think she's going to be really hard to beat. So I can see her honestly like, you know, winning it. Don't know if that's going to be a American record time or not.
Yeah. Who has the half marathon record? It's not
Sarah.
her.
Sarah
Oh,
Hall.
Sarah does.
She got it.
No,
on
Emily does now.
Oh wait,
she
Sarah
broke
had
it
for
right
like
after.
a week, right? That's right.
Yeah.
So Emily has the half record. So yeah.
So-
This is a crazy thing that I'm not just realizing. I think we've known for a bit. Is like the American women's marathon, like right now, is incredible. Like if you're breaking records like this by week, and the turn up you had at World Champs too, it's like it must be crazy right now to be
It's
a
insane.
woman in the marathon.
It's kind of a rat
For
race.
the US,
Like,
it's
just who's going to
insane.
break it next.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So when are you gonna break it?
Yeah. I need a flat course. So, I mean, I would love to do something like Berlin because that's just a really fast place to run. The
Berlin
weather's
is like
always
the
perfect.
isn't that the quickest out of the majors?
That's
Isn't
where
it?
the men's world record, I think, is.
Seven.
Yes.
But
Well,
was
he just broke it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's like historically, for whatever reason, Berlin is where they go to break the men's record.
Yep.
Like all the time.
So that's where you will go.
I think that would make the most sense if I was to go after it.
Okay.
Yeah. But
The world record, right? That's what we're talking
We're
about.
talking about
Oh,
the world
yeah.
record.
The men's world
Emma,
record.
Emma, we're not
The men's
American
world
record. No. We're talking about the world record here.
Oh
We're
gosh.
talking about 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put on some pretty good stuff if you expect me to break the world record. That's
We
not
are
gonna
expecting
happen.
you. That's why we're asking.
Yeah.
But other than that, Chicago people, there's, I mean, a lot of women in the race that will be in the top 10, I think. So like Laura Thweed is running. She's trying to run like 222, 223. So that's a
Nice.
huge PR for her. And then Carrie Verdon is running her second marathon, which she debuted last year at Chicago at like 230, 232. So I think those 3 women will be up there for sure. And then the men, I can't remember besides Connor Mance for
Yeah.
the Americans. Are there any Australians or New Zealanders?
So that's our
Wait,
that's our
yes,
preview.
Well,
That's
no,
our
it is
preview.
actually.
Yeah.
Pat Tiernan.
Pat is
Oh,
running.
there we go.
Pat is running.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Is that his debut?
Gotta be.
It is his
Yeah.
debut.
Yeah.
I think he's only run halves before that.
Yeah.
Citrus Mag, can you correct me if I'm wrong? I'm
No,
pretty
I think
sure it's
that's
his
right.
debut for Chicago.
I feel
He should be
confident.
so good at the marathon. I don't know if his first one's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I have no
Is
clue
that
what shape
because
he's in, but
Brett Robinson and Ed Goddard ran London?
Yeah.
recently.
So
And Brett
Brett,
ran 209.
Yeah.
So Pat, it'd be interesting to see what he runs in Chicago because Chicago is fast and Pat's
he's so good at running.
he's very good at running.
So good.
He's a very good runner.
if you've ever been in a cross country race with him and gotten crushed by him, you'll be like, yeah, that guy could run a
Yeah,
marathon.
I think I experienced that freshman year. You experienced that
it's
sophomore
like,
year.
yeah,
so.
that guy just can like. I've even done workouts with him where like we're doing like tempo, and he's just effortless at like 10 seconds quicker than whatever I'm running.
Dang,
Like
dang.
he's yeah. He's obviously had a couple of struggles and he's like moved around, but he's someone that we love and I think we all root for a lot. So
Who is he coached by now? Is he on?
he's in
Alistair.
the Puma,
Okay.
yeah.
He
So
actually just got
Yeah.
married. So congratulations,
Oh
Pat.
yeah.
that's huge. Do you think that'll make his
Angel?
running better
Yes,
or worse?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I
Just a
definitively
question.
yes.
Confident.
Yeah, just a
I
question.
like that.
You know,
He's
like,
got a solid woman in his
yeah,
life.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no, he's gonna be
Some
killing it. He's
people,
gonna be
some people, you would be shocked to know this. Some people, one of them sitting at this table, thrive off turmoil and chaos.
Specifically
Who's
in their
Love life.
love life.
It's Ollie. He runs off.
Disclaimer: it's all.
So
Yeah, like they didn't know that before.
yeah, no one's wondering. It's kind of
So the reason my
stupid.
com games was good. My grandfather passed away, and I was dealing with turmoil. So
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. I didn't know that.
really killed
no,
me
it's
just
okay.
there.
really, that's why I ran well at comms, pretty much.
Damn.
So, but
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
joke- I wouldn't joke about that. But yeah, moving on.
moving on. You brought it up.
I did not bring up your grandfather.
No, but you brought up turmoil.
I brought up relationships. Jesus.
I had a relationship with my pop.
Not what I'm
friendship.
saying. Not what I'm saying at all.
Uh,
All right, so yeah, Chicago. Hopefully, Pat
yeah.
does an amazing
Do we have
job.
any
Yeah.
the Robinsons running?
Robinson.
Are they going to be doing some
I
cool
don't know
dance
what they're
moves
doing.
during the marathon?
Is that a thing?
I think they do like dance moves. and
One of
stuff.
them did the
the crip walk or something.
No, it's the one that's popular right now. Starts
the
with
gritty
G.
gritty.
The gritty-
Yeah.
that's
He
what I
did
was
the
thinking.
gritty
Yeah.
after one of the great.
I'm too old for this. What the
Something,
hell is it?
yeah.
what
Well,
the hell is
he's
it
also like pretty old. So
Yeah.
don't
What, is
feel.
it 30?
How old is he?
The Robinsons?
They started when they were real young.
They're going to be
Yeah.
31,
Yeah.
32.
Yeah. So they're
They're so old. God
Now,
damn.
if Ollie can show you what the gritty is after,
No.
he's really good at it. He's
No,
really good
I
at
don't
it.
want
Damn
to.
it.
I'm not embarrassing myself in front of Emma. That's not happening.
So yeah,
I haven't had enough to drink to do that.
What's it going to take for men's marathoning to catch up in America? Or is it? Maybe men's. Maybe this
I
weekend.
think
Man's
they
could
need
be
to
it.
have more fun.
They don't have enough fun?
They don't, and they
that's
hate
so
each
true.
other.
That's so
They're
true.
so mean to
So
each
you're
other.
saying they're going to be
Wow.
nicer to each other and have fun?
Yeah.
How are you going to help them achieve that goal?
Oh, I'm not gonna help them. I don't
That's
care
not
about
her
them.
job. She's not. That's way too big of a project to take on. You got to be getting paid a lot of money to deal with that shit.
Right. No, I'm not messing with men marathoners. That's just a head case.
Who would have thought it? They're,
There's a
they're
lot of
over
head
here
noise there.
obsessing over triple thresholds and lactate. All they need to do is just take a step back
Calm down.
And see,
Have
like,
some fun.
just enjoy it. It's like the whole point of doing sport is to have fun.
so
So have
true.
fun.
So true.
And if you lose, then you suck. No, I'm kidding. I joke.
Well, I think maybe Galen's running this weekend. He's probably doing like.
Is he doing
Do you
Chicago?
think
I
he's
haven't
been
heard
having,
what
do you think
you're
he's
doing.
been having
New
fun?
York.
He's doing New York.
Yeah.
Okay, so be in NYC.
Yeah.
Shout out Galen.
Can't wait to meet him.
Can't wait to get him on the pod. Talk about training with our coach and hanging out.
You say with our coach. Oh yeah, Dathan.
Dathan and Galen were teammates.
Who
Remember that?
coaches Galen?
Michael Smith. Oh,
We hadn't talked about
Thing.
him this whole
So
podcast.
Ollie has to talk about Mike Smith
I have to
every
talk about
podcast.
Michael at least once. I freaking love Michael Smith. I reckon he is like, you know, when you think about cults, I think he's like the best cult leader, and he's led a great cult to a couple of NCAA championships and a
NAU is
men's
definitely
cross
a
country
cult.
team. Because anytime I talk to a person from NAU, particularly a male, they will probably have a poster of Mike Smith on their wall. And
What
I
do
just
they
want to
do
be
with that
about that.
poster?
Like, we've been trying to get
You
Mike
can
on
get
the
the
pod.
poster, I'm sure.
I think Michael listens to the pod a little bit.
Doubtful.
Doubtful. But, you know, he controls that kettle of fish that we talked about last week.
Yeah, I didn't work out if that was a real. Have you heard anyone say that before? What Ollie
No.
just said? Because he said that last week, and I asked, "Is that a real phrase?
It is a real phrase.
I've never heard that.
I've used it
before.
as like, oh, it's a kettle of fish.
What does
What
it
does that
mean?"
It's like just different things going on.
So if
That's what it
something
means.
is a kettle of fish, it means a lot of stuff is going
A lot
on.
of stuff is going
okay.
on, like things are intermingling, and then he's controlling that kettle. He's got the kettle on hold. You know?
Or isn't
What does it
the
mean?
kettle of fish like a conversation topic you don't want to bring up? Like you don't want to talk something about that kettle of fish? You don't want to open it.
No, that's a Pandora's box.
What?
Don't worry,
You don't want to open Pandora's box
That's true. You don't want it.
I don't know what the hell
I-
that is.
Really?
unless you yeah.
Okay,
It's like
so
a can of worms. Like you don't want to open up a
Can of worms, kettle of fish.
It's a whole
the same
no,
thing
but
as
you can
it's
Pandora's
say
more it's more similar to a can of worms because the definition is a bit negative. It's a bad state of affairs, a mess.
Oh,
So-
really?
So you've been using it slightly
so this
incorrectly.
is like a bad cult.
So have you been using it
Yeah.
incorrectly? So if
Slightly
you're saying, oh, it's a
incorrectly.
whole different kettle of fish, you say that?
Yeah, I think that means like
It's a whole
like a
different-
mess.
Yeah, it's a can of worms.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Okay, well,
mess.
Michael's got that down pat because then the kettle of fish that I think of Michael is all
He's a
tropical
positive.
fish having a great time in a beautifully big kettle
In
that
an
has
aquarium.
Michael.
It's an aquarium. It's,
It's
not a
labeled.
kettle. Yeah.
It's labeled Michael Smith. Do not touch.
King of the kettle.
King of the kettle. That's a good one. I like that one. But no, I have to talk about Michael at least once.
I believe he
Is he coming to?
I believe he ran the Pride 5K. You see, but I didn't see any videos. Which
We'd
I
love
would
to know how
love
fast he ran.
Yeah.
Just thinking of it, he might be coming to New York. Michael,
We could probably
could we get him on the pod?
try run into him there, do a little.
Yeah, just just give him a little nudge, like, oh, Michael, and then he'll start talking, and that soothing voice will just start to like make you feel either hypnotic or fall asleep.
We should pay him to just fully record an episode.
We should
on
do an
its
introduction
own.
for,
Because
like,
if we're alongside him, we're just going to be taken away from him. If you think about it,
I'll be staring too deep into his eyes.
like it's not. He
Maybe
should just do it
starstruck.
solo. That'd be the best for everyone.
I'll be in trouble then.
But yeah, closing the door on Mike Smith. That's Chicago and New York kind of wrapped up for now. I think we did.
A beautiful summary.
Very concise.
Yeah,
very
concise. I hope you guys. So based on that, you guys can probably put in pretty confident top 3 predictions for the race this week.
Solid.
But yeah, we've done a really nice job at kind of just doing a nice circle of all the different like your past few years, Emma. But the one bit that we haven't gotten to yet was the bad stuff. We've talked about your highs a lot.
Yeah, what bad stuff? I got a lot of
where,
bad
where do we start? No, just the one that I'm very interested in is just the past year where you had the old COVID and then you had a long time. Well, I don't know. Would you say it was a long time to come back? I'm sure it felt like forever.
Yeah, it was basically like 2 weeks ago until I felt myself again.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Holy
Seriously?
shit.
Until I felt like actually. Like
That's a
myself.
really long time.
That is a
Yeah.
very long time.
Yeah, so it sucks. So I got COVID right before Christmas. I didn't know I had COVID. I was driving from Boulder to Austin, Texas. That's where my family was having Christmas. And like 6 hours into the drive, I just like got so cold. So I like turned up the heat, and my poor dog, who's like, you know, such a furry beast, was dying of heat. But I was like shivering and just so sweaty. And I was like, oh shit,
This ain't good.
what is this? And so I ended up getting to my family's house and then taking a test and having to turn right around because it was positive. So
God damn. Wait, you drove
30 hours.
30 hours.
For nothing.
That's terrible.
Holy shit.
And I shouldn't have been driving. Like I had so much brain fog, and I was just like sweating.
Brain fog.
to the
We know
blood.
about brain fog.
We know all
fog.
about it. We have a lot of brain fog just regular.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
We have
Like, we
brain
don't
fog
even
all
have
the time.
COVID.
In training or just like
Just in life.
Yeah,
Just in
yeah.
life.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was like only 24 hours or maybe 48 hours of feeling really shitty, and then I lost my sense of smell and yada yada. And then I like got back into training fine, but I just didn't feel right. Like my breathing was off. I was having like heart palpitations, and like it was just very strange. And so it wasn't until I ran a 10K on the track, which this is why I hate the track so much still, because I like went over the edge at that point, and like everything started to crumble, and had to take like 2 months of like really, really easy running / not running, and just kind of going off a feel. And then Joe was taking a lot of lactate threshold stuff or lactate information just to make sure that we were in the right range. And then I started training for world champs, and I was very nervous, and I was honestly in denial about like not feeling myself still. So that whole build up, I just wasn't feeling great, but we got through it, and I PR'd by a minute, and you know, 7th place, great. But it wasn't until 2 weeks ago that I was like, finally, I feel like me. Like I'm not taking naps anymore. Like I hate naps. I don't like taking
So you're
naps.
anti-napper.
Same.
Anti-napper. Yep.
Everyone at this table.
Everyone
Yeah.
in this table was an anti-napper.
Yeah.
Really.
And I had to take like 3 to 4 hour naps like every
Whoa,
day for
that's
like
not a
months.
nap.
That's
Yeah.
not a nap. That's sleep.
I know.
That's
So
sleep
it
for
was
us right
awful.
now when we're in off season.
Like a
It's
full
4
REM
hours.
cycle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
holy
yeah.
shit.
So it was like every day, and like I still was just like, oh, it's fine. Like maybe it's just, you know, marathon training again. Yeah, you know.
I
stuff
can
like
see
that.
how if you were training for the marathon, you could sweep so much stuff under
You
the
could
rug.
convince
Yeah,
yourself
yeah.
that
It's
everything's
just
yeah.
marathon
It's
training.
marathon
Right.
training.
Wait, I'm peeing out blood. Just marathon.
Yeah.
That's right. It's just a marathon. It's fine.
broken femurs. Just normal marathon.
That's
Normal.
right.
Just
I'll just
run through it.
I'll just run through it.
Yeah,
Just get the 20 miles in.
But for me, I get more energy from marathon training.
That's a good
so,
sign
like,
for
running
you.
120-mile weeks, like I'm just like jazzed.
that's why you're
so
a marathoner.
now I'm there again.
You're jazzed
It's
after
great.
running 120 miles
Yeah,
a week.
yeah.
Maybe we just don't run enough.
Yeah,
That's it.
Maybe that's the problem. I need to run
That's the
120
secret.
miles a week so I can feel jazzed like you.
would love to feel jazzed right now.
That'd be
There's
great.
a
yeah.
threshold. You just go.
You gotta get through that threshold, then you're like, oh my god, this is what. Gotta get through.
Okay.
He's gonna
And
break
then-
through the threshold.
This is locker room talk.
Yeah, here it
This
is.
is 100% locker room talk. Once you get through that, then it's all smelling roses.
Yep,
All right, we'll try that, I guess.
try it.
Why not?
No naps, 120-mile weeks.
Fritz would love that. If we just told him
Yeah.
tomorrow that we
We've
wanted
told you.
to run.
Emma told us
I've been
120
telling you
miles.
that a
right
lot
now.
for a while,
Also,
to be
no
fair.
treatment. Don't get
Oh
massages.
yes, I'm in with that.
That's
All his-
been
all
doing
his
that
team no
for
treatment.
25
Yeah.
years.
I'm
No
100% team no
massages?
treatment.
Exactly.
All right, I'll try
It's
that.
a secret sauce, man.
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
Wow, that would change my whole life.
God,
I get
the
so much
information we
treatment.
just got and gave to our listeners is
Yeah,
fantastic.
do as we say, not as we do. Honestly,
Pretty
that's
much.
not for everybody.
Yeah, but that is like ridiculous. How I mean, everyone has. There's been so many unfortunate cases of the after effects of it. I mean, ours weren't nearly that bad. Luckily,
Well, I haven't had it yet, so. that's
oh,
all.
not yet.
Oh.
We'll see what happens. But
Knock on wood, man.
one of the things that you posted about was that your iron was super low,
Mm-hmm.
and then you started taking iron, and that was a big, like, kind of
That
flip
helped
the
a lot
switch.
with the fatigue. Still wasn't enough, but like it was a huge 180 for where I was at.
Yeah.
So I guess with COVID, I didn't know like it can either raise your iron levels or lower
Mhm.
it. So some people are really high, which can have the same effect of fatigue and everything. But Hemoplex, plug for Hemoplex. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but like those things are great. Like the slow release tablets. I don't know if you guys take that or.
Yeah, I take those
Yeah,
ones.
yeah, they're the best.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah.
For
Well, hopefully that
listeners, take
sponsorship
your
comes
iron.
through now that you've mentioned.
Yeah, yeah, right.
We'll bleep it out until the money comes
Okay,
through, I guess.
thanks guys.
We'll just keep the first letter in and then they'll try and figure it out.
Yeah.
Did he just fall down the stairs?
Gus just fell down the stairs. Oh, Gus is getting threatened now, Ollie.
Gus.
Come on, Ollie.
Gus.
He's afraid of the suitcase. This is a shit show over here.
Absolute shit show. Take iron. That's
Yeah.
what we're saying.
In conclusion, having low or high iron is bad, and COVID can cause those things. So
Maybe get a blood test if you've had COVID and you feel like shit.
yeah,
And also, don't continue to train hard.
And don't get treatment.
especially
Not sure if
during
that's
COVID.
related to COVID or not.
That's what you're saying, right?
Totally.
Don't get treatment.
Especially during COVID, don't get treatment.
Treatment will reduce your iron. Or
There's some link there. I don't know. It's science, but yeah, I mean, that is crazy how long they took, but it's so good that you're out of it. I feel like we've done very nicely covered a lot of your story, especially the past year of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been absolutely amazing to witness from the outside, and as one of your friends, it's just so crazy to hear you say how bad that COVID was, and then the fact that you ran 2:23, like literally like a month later. I don't know how long it was that you would. How long was it that you would say you were training normal? I mean, maybe you were never training normal, but
Normal in quotations, like for 2 months probably.
Wow.
dude, the marathon
Yeah.
doesn't sound that bad the way you talk about it.
Yeah. Honestly, you make it sound like kind of like you said, fun and enjoyable.
Yeah, yeah.
The way you talk
they
about
say
it.
that like the build up's only 10 or 12 weeks. It feels like It feels like you have to train hard for a year, but it's only like.
Yeah, 12 weeks of like serious training. Yeah, that's really
Alright,
it. That's
well,
all you have to do.
can't wait to give that a try.
Can't wait to hit that off.
Sounds
Sydney,
real fun, real
maybe?
easy. Yeah, we'll all be in Sydney
We'll
together.
be in
Okay.
Sydney. We'll do the Sydney Marathon together. Yeah.
Perfect.
1 year. But
we haven't covered the most important question
Oh yeah.
what is it?
of
yeah.
the pod.
What's it?
In the base.
I'm a bit.
Oh yeah.
How many staircases are there in the Hogwarts castle?
Shit, I'm gonna get it wrong now. 42.
What's the answer?
142.
Oh, shit!
Okay.
I knew I was gonna get it wrong.
Okay,
now.
I think that's evidence that she was cheating.
You were cheating. Okay, then Hufflepuff
She's a
should have
cheater.
won.
So for our trivia,
But she
I
knew that it was like.
right away.
yeah, but
Have
she
you
didn't
thought about
actually
that in
know
the
it.
last
She
year?
didn't actually
No,
know it.
no.
She
I
didn't,
actually am impressed that you got 42 right.
42
Always
is pretty
been
good.
100.
she didn't
42.
definitely know it. She knew that she had looked it up at one point about a year ago on her phone. So the context is that Harry Potter trivia last year, Emma Bates' team, Gryffindor, and also George's team won.
With George.
And one of the questions that she
Convincingly.
got that no one else got was how many staircases are there in
Most
Hogwarts.
ridiculous question.
Yeah,
I
like
got
really
right
hard.
a year ago.
And Emma got it, and
When I heard-
I
yeah.
think she was cheating. And I think
I also accused her of cheating because I had teammates that just were not helping me at all.
I was cheating, and I didn't even get that one.
Yeah.
Like, I was actually cheating.
He was a Slytherin, so he actually
Yeah,
had to cheat.
seriously.
It did not because
So
that was one of the
full
ones.
effect.
That was one of the ones where it's like, oh, if I get this one, they're definitely gonna know I'm cheating.
So I gotta get it off slightly.
So I had to get that one wrong.
No,
So
I was
I-
sitting with the paper and Bates just immediately straight to it. Absolutely no time to get the phone out unless she just Googled like on the way most popular Hogwarts trivia questions,
Yeah.
and then it came up. Otherwise, I'm a believer.
I was
don't know
extremely.
how.
I was extremely.
Wait, how
impressed.
did you know it?
I must have looked it up at some point.
And
It
then you
was
just
in
remembered
there,
it.
but it's not in there
But
anymore.
you
I mean,
you
it's
remembered
kind
like
of in there,
half
I
of it
guess.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you have half of it.
That's
Give
half
me that.
points, I think.
Okay.
Still
So it's
think
only
you
half.
maybe cheated. I don't know, but I guess we'll have to
We
run
still
it,
don't know
run it
yet.
back
We'll have
this
to
year.
find out.
Keep them guessing.
Keep them guessing.
Yeah. Thank
So-
you for asking that question.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
actually-
George,
Second most important question: are you coming to the gala?
Oh, well, it's not the gala, is it? Is
It's
it
still the-
considered
it's
the
still-
gala?
it's still the
Okay,
gala.
okay. The OAC
Yeah.
gala on
Wait,
Friday.
how have
I
we
will be
not
there.
even talked about the gala and it's happening this Friday?
Okay, so this is the update. The update for the gala is we
This is
have all
ridiculous.
these people coming in. Where are they going to sleep, Morgan?
I'm gonna put at least 6 in my room.
All right.
I know that.
Well, I got to figure out where the rest of them go. I mean, we have two. We could probably fit 2 people on that couch, 1 couch downstairs. A couple people could put
They
out
can
tents in
camp.
the backyard.
They can camp, sleep in
pretty
the
big.
cars,
Sleep in the cars, yeah.
something like that. Yeah. So gala's happening this week. We're definitely way
Underhyped it.
under prepared for it. I was gonna say.
Overhyped,
Overhyped,
Yeah.
underprepared.
We do have all the alcohol from last year, so we should.
Yeah, yeah, we still get so much left over. So I don't know what else we need to buy. Maybe we
I
should
need to get
clean the
Gus's
house.
costume.
Gus needs a costume. Very important. Very
Do you get a
important.
graphic tee?
Yeah. It's going to be Adventure Time one with Jake the dog.
Oh, cute.
That's adorable.
He
I
actually
get-
just dresses up as we paint him.
We paint him
Oh my
orange.
god, you can dye him.
Oh.
We paint him orange, and then people look around and it's like, why does Gus look orange?
Yeah, that'd be so good.
Got into the pumpkin muffins, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, he'll be getting into those. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
Yep.
that'll do it. But
Yeah, I'm a month out from New York, so I gotta be a little tame.
it worked pretty well last year.
It
didn't
worked
it?
I was
really
gonna
well
say,
last
you know?
year.
I
You
guess
were-
that was only like
we were
a
making-
week before.
It
wasn't
was
it?
last
Me
year
and
was
George.
literally the week before.
Oh.
George and I were making you some very, very strong drinks, and you seem to be enjoying them, so...
I remember we'd given Emma like a third one. I'm like, doesn't she have Chicago?
No,
like,
you
next
told me
week?
that,
We
and I
were
was like, wait, she's running
she's
Chicago.
racing next week.
The guilt kicked in, and I was
Crushing-
alcohol fueled. The guilt kicked in. I'm like, I've been pouring Emma Bates drinks, and she's doing Chicago.
Crushing French 75.
Oh my god, she's
Like
destroying
it's
it.
a
And
job.
then the next thing you know, we see her on TV getting second in Chicago. We're thinking, okay, did we contribute or
That
like
was definitely good. You.
We'll take some credit.
we'll take a little bit of credit
Yeah,
for that.
yeah.
But
All right.
we'll see you at the
So I
Garden.
have to be there. Yeah. I have
we'll
For a
see you at the
little
Garden.
bit.
It's a month out. It's a month.
for a
Okay.
little bit. Maybe it's better if it's closer though, because you're actually training still right now.
That's
Whereas
true.
a week out, you're kind of like
You gotta have
it's part
another
of your
one.
tapering. It's part of your tapering. All right, so
All right.
that'll be
Calendar
Halloween.
three.
That'll be Halloween. We'll have
Okay.
Halloween.
Halloween.
That'll be the
Right.
next trivia.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Nice.
All right.
But we're trying to
Sign
Get
me
on,
up.
Get on Google.
Now, yeah. Start
It's not,
writing
looking
now.
up.
it's not Harry Potter trivia anymore though.
Well, we're not sure because
I wanna do
Ollie
Lord
wants
of
to
the
do Lord of the Rings, but not many people know about Lord of the Rings.
Well, Emma does.
Do you?
Not so much. Yes.
Have you read the Silmarillion?
Yes. That's Silmarillion.
That's just how I
Have you
imagine
watched
I
you
don't
to
think that's how
say
you
it.
say it. But
How
okay.
do you say it?
How do you feel about the new TV show?
It sucks.
Really?
It's the worst.
It's
Have
the
you
worst?
watched it?
I've been watching it. Yeah.
Oh, it's bad.
It's
Ollie-
very
Ollie
very
likes
expensive
it.
show. I like
Very
the newest episode. I'm not trying to focus on all the stuff they're getting wrong, particularly with
Yeah.
the elves, but
Yeah.
they're getting a lot of stuff wrong.
They're
with
just
Galadriel.
trying really hard.
Galadriel's like,
Awful.
her character has been destroyed. Like, cause
Yeah.
like, yeah, well, cause she, I don't want to spoil. I guess I don't want to
Spoil
spoil it,
it.
but there's a section where like she's getting sent back to Valinor, and it just wouldn't happen
Mm-hmm.
because she's a badass and she doesn't listen to anyone really. But
Mm.
anyway, we'll think about the trivia. We'll think
Yeah.
about
All
it.
right, we'll
Yeah.
work on that. We'll have updates for our fans. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
and
they're-
we'll let Emma know, and then she can cheat again.
Yeah,
How many staircases?
definitely
are
the
there
funnest part of
How many staircases are there
Yeah.
in Mordor?
Yeah.
the fun-
The sorting was
yeah,
the
that's what I was
funnest
gonna say.
part.
That's the funnest part.
Well, we can
that
do
would
that.
be so good for Lord of the Rings. It would.
Yeah.
Orc, elf, dwarf, human, and then
Hobbit.
you can do Starry as
Hobbit.
well.
What about?
You can do a
Hobbit?
hobbit.
Yeah,
Like a wizard. You
Yeah.
can do a wizard or
that'd
hobbit.
be so cool.
Yeah.
So
So good.
we'll work on that, and we'll
Okay.
get back to you guys. But Emma, anything else?
This is like a little time you can do advertisement or anything you want.
Okay. Well, so I'm taking vacation for the first time this like entire year because I had World Championships and New York very close together. So I'm going to New Zealand.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my
so
gosh,
no
if
way.
you have any recs off the top of your head,
Hobbiton.
That's-
We
that
didn't
is-
really go far from the topic.
Yeah, that's the only place to go.
easy.
I feel like that's the answer you wanted after that last topic.
yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I haven't
Going
been.
to Hobbiton. Yeah.
Tell me all about it.
Okay. You're from
I think
there,
you can
haven't
actually go
been.
stay in one.
Oh.
Don't
I
quote
don't know. I don't
Okay,
think you can
okay.
because I think I knew friends that went to New Zealand that tried to do that. I don't think you
How
can.
sick would that
You
be?
can like go through a day trip and eat there
Yeah.
and like spend a whole day.
Wait, do they have the set still there?
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything is
So, yeah.
intact. It's built. It's an actual town in New
So,
Zealand.
but it's like a ghost town, or it's like a tourist.
no,
town.
it's like
Tourist.
it's like going
Yeah.
to Disneyland.
Like a museum.
Yeah.
pretty
Okay.
much.
Yeah, it's like going to
Cool.
Disneyland. It's
Apart from the
all-
hobbits that live there.
Yeah, Geordie's dad Simon is like living there, just managing the farm.
Yeah. Someone's gonna do it.
Someone's gonna do it.
Wait, are you going to Australia?
Yeah, so you're not going to Australia.
Are you
No.
kidding me?
Wow.
Why would you go so far and not go to
Honestly, great
Australia?
choice.
Oh my god.
God.
I just like I feel pretty
I'm so
bad. I feel
sorry.
bad.
That hurts.
Oh, I have to run Sydney Marathon. Then I'll.
Okay.
And then you'll go
Fine.
back.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
sure you're gonna want to do that travel after you've done the New Zealand one?
Yeah, I know. That's pretty
We'll
hefty.
Yeah, let us
so-
know how you feel after that.
Okay.
How long are you in New Zealand for?
Like 10 days.
Yeah,
So you recover after a week from all the travel, and then you have 3 days to enjoy it.
yes.
No,
Perfect trip.
perfect trip.
Perfect.
Oh well, that'll be a great
Amazing.
time. And if just make sure you message Geordie and annoy him and get
Go
recommendations.
Sadie's farm.
Go to a rugby game.
Oh,
Go to a rugby
definitely
game.
rugby. Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Is it season right now?
I think it's like just ending.
Oh, there'll be something on surely. Probably
Yeah.
could it be cricket maybe.
Cricket.
Maybe just
Oh,
go see
cricket. I've never watched cricket before.
Yeah, it's pretty boring.
Okay.
No,
But you
You're
can
really
just
selling it.
Yeah,
Thanks.
but you can drink and hang out and stuff.
Okay,
It'll be fun.
yeah.
It's a good way to pass the time.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right.
Well,
That's
lucky
all I
you.
got.
Lucky you. But yeah, thank you
Beautiful.
very, very much for coming on. This
Thanks
has
for
been a
having
very
me.
fun episode. And thank you everyone for listening. We'll see you guys next time.